Hi guys, I hope that you are all safe and that you're all well and that you're not melting in this heat. Oh my god, it's so warm, isn't it? Beautiful to see the sun, but it's so hot. I'm having to be careful not to sort of, that my tattoos don't burn or anything, but I'm wearing a vest today because it's just one of the hottest days of the year and I need to feel a little bit of coolness, you know? So as ever, coming on to do the Facebook reveals for you lovelies. So if you have been drawn to card 1, you have got the energy of Warrior Woman coming in here. These cards are so cool, they're so powerful, they're sort of packed with such colour and such vibrancy. Now, Warrior Woman, to me, this is like the equivalent of basically like the card of strength in traditional tarot. It's all about, like, you might be met with trials, tribulations. Sometimes it might feel like you're taking on the world and all its problems, and sometimes, you know, the things that you're being put through on a personal level are feeling kind of so overwhelming. But what's great with the Warrior Woman is it doesn't matter what you're up against, what you're going through. Warrior Woman will always find that way forward. You won't be consumed in a victimization. You won't stay stuck in a problem. You will always give yourself that permission, that acceptance to move past whatever the blockage or the situation is that you find yourself up against. Now, she's holding the sort of heart area here, and it could feel at times like, you know, quite fragile in your heart space. So maybe you're up against situations that bring some heartache or some grief or some sorrow or some loss. But she also has the bow and arrow situation. She has all of these arrows, you know, that she's got on her sort of back, and those are her weapons of choice that she will choose to use in order to keep herself moving forward, to keep herself safe from any outside energies, any outside evil, if you like. So it's not always an easy task for Warrior Woman, I'll be honest with you. So it might feel like in your personal life at the moment it's just one thing after another. It might feel like it's never ending, but also look a little bit deeper and you will see just how strong and just how powerful you are. It might feel quite unjust at times with some of the things you've been up against or that you've gone through, but Warrior Woman is about celebration. It's about, you know, actually owning that strength and knowing that yes, you might have been tested more than the average person, but it's that whole thing of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And there's a real inner acceptance and a real inner valuing with this card as well. So because you've been through so much hardship, so much loss, so much sorrow, just so much upheaval of life, it's made you the very person that you are today. So Warrior Woman takes a lot of pride in the fact that she's been up against these battles, and it doesn't matter if you're female or male, the energies still speak for themselves. It's about being a natural born survivor, basically, and being able to kind of overcome any hurdle, any challenge, any obstacle. Even if at times, if someone had said that to you, you might have even said yourself, there's no way I can get through this. But then it's almost like energies have changed and you found that you've come out the other side. So it's celebrating all of that. So it's that whole thing of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Your journey of life never, may never be fully easy, or, it might not always be the simplest to negotiate, but you will always get to your place of power and your place of truth. So I hope that resonates. Going to leave that card with you. Okay, so if you've been pulled to card 2, we're going into the energy of you are sacred. This is a really important card because this is all about how we choose to sort of see ourselves and also how we choose to communicate to ourselves. So many people that I speak to in readings have such a low value of themselves. They have such a low self-esteem, they lack confidence, they don't sometimes feel beautiful, both in heart as well as skin deep. And You Are Sacred is about making peace with all of that and getting to a point in your life where you can actually, give yourself that full energy of love, of acceptance, of inner beauty. Okay, like the other day I posted some pictures. I had my top off because it was so hot. I was having a barbecue and I had my top off, and a couple of people messaged me privately and said, oh Mitch, you're brave, taking that off. And yeah, I might not be the perfect version of how I would want to be, but it's still important to celebrate and to embrace ourselves in this immediate space. I know I've put on quite a lot of weight. I know that I'm a little bit of a chunky monkey at the moment, but I'm not going to kind of discredit who I am as a person just because I find myself going through that transition at the moment. And it's really, really important, even if we're not feeling at our best, to embrace what's here. You know, this is my mode of vehicle, this is my mode of transportation at the moment, and I can spend all of my days self-sabotaging, putting myself down, not loving myself, not, you know, feeling good enough, not owning my worth. Or I can just think this is a work in progress. It might not be the finished article, but I can embrace where I am at this immediate space in time. And the other day it was bloody hot and my top was coming off, you know. So You Are Sacred is all about, you know, accepting how you choose to sort of see yourself, how you choose to communicate with yourself, and how you choose to you know, hold that value for yourself. So you might be a work in progress, you might not be where you want to be, but don't kind of punish yourself, don't be harsh upon yourself in the immediate space. Still know that you are a beautiful soul in this immediate space in time, in this vessel or this shell that you find yourself currently in. So it is about going a bit deeper with the energy lines and finding that place of acceptance. Make peace with you. You have to be in your skin, you have to be in your mental mind every single day, 24/7. It's much easier to embrace it rather than to rebel against it, because you will find when you embrace, even if it's not exactly perfect, it will become so much easier to negotiate your way through life, as opposed to if you're self-sabotaging or if you're self-punishing. Okay, so we are all works in progress, and we are all doing the absolute best that we can in this immediate space and time. Okay, so as we're going into card 3, we're going into the shift. The shift is really, really important. This is an extension of the last card. Within this life and in the other realms as well, it's really important to say, light and dark exist. They are one and another. You cannot have light without embracing darkness. Now the shift is all about looking at where you choose to feed your energy, where you choose to feed your power into. Do you feed your energy into the darker aspects of life, or do you sort of make a point of actively shifting your focus into the light vibration? The light vibration doesn't mean that everything is always straightforward or it's always easy, but you're consciously choosing to shift and move your awareness forward. And by doing that, he's got the kind of water in his hands and it's all flowing. There's clearing, there's cleansing, there's releasing here. Something that somebody told me the other day, which I might have said in a previous video, which is really good. If you put an energy out to the universe and you know you wish you hadn't done that, or you want to try and manipulate and change that energy, if you sort of in your mind think of that situation and just say cancel, clear, reset, what you do is you're shifting your conscious mind, you're shifting your energy and your realization into something more rewarding, more beneficial, more hopeful. Try that, because I've been doing it quite a lot those last couple of weeks, and it's been really helping me when I've sometimes fed into a negative energy line or something that I know isn't going to serve or give me something of highest value. But by sort of, you know, actively owning it and shifting my awareness into that new space, I can counteract and I can reset that pattern. So that might be quite good for some of you this week. But the shift is where we choose to sort of feed our time, our dedication, our energy. Don't sort of feed your energy into something that can't bring you the highest value or the highest reward. Some people choose to stay stuck in negative cycles. Some people choose to stay stuck as being a victim to situations they find themselves in or past times. And it's all about actively shifting that focus from that negative vibration into something a bit more rewarding, a bit more beneficial, but it has to come from your energy. And it's an extension of this card. If we don't love ourselves enough, sometimes we don't feel good enough to move our focus, to shift our vibration on. But it's really, really important to give yourself permission, acceptance to move into that higher place of power. That doesn't mean that everything is, you know, Mary Poppins every minute of every hour of every day. There's still going to be stuff that we have to work through, but you're actively choosing how you respond to something. You're holding that energy before you make a sort of conscious decision with whatever, you know, you're up against. Because sometimes with the shift, it can indicate that people are so reactive or so caught up in an immediate situation, they're not looking at it from a spiritual space. They're not looking at it from a higher power. And this is encouraging you to look at things from a higher place of worth, because when we do that, we get a new perspective on stuff, but we realise actually, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy to sort of keep myself manipulated or lowered by a situation that perhaps you've outgrown. So, you know, value, have enough respect for self to look at how you respond to things, okay? So I hope that these cards resonate. An interesting set of cards this week. Going to leave them with you. Stay safe, stay well, don't melt, and I will catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Much love. Bye for now.